In this video, I am going to explain to you why most training plans fail good people. I think a big myth in the fitness industry is that most people fail due to like motivation type of stuff, like kind of like they didn't want it enough. And it's like, hey, you know what? I'm going to talk about that a lot on my channel. There is a thing there. But I have to say, after 15 years of coaching, that oftentimes the plan wasn't created for them and their lives. Therefore, um, honestly, a lot of good intentioned people just end up failing at their program, or maybe not even as much as fail. They just don't stay consistent enough to actually get where they want to go. Call it a failure, call it a part of the journey, what have you. It throws people off, especially for fitness and health and nutrition and stuff like that. It's really easy to fall off the wagon because it's such a big part of our lives, especially in these last few decades with all the changes. And specifically speaking about America, where I live, like there's just a lot of stuff in the toxins, chemicals, our food industry, pharmaceuticals, and stuff that have really made us unhealthy and sick. And so it's just a huge piece of our lives. A lot of people have gained a lot of weight. I have an autoimmune disease for a lot of these reasons. People are very stressed, overworked. And although we have a big land of opportunity here and I love living here, there's a lot of negative in terms of just the kind of like, I don't want to say over capitalist mindset, but that's definitely a big piece of it. But just kind of having like an overproduction, trying to feed a lot of people, even though we waste a lot of food. And although we're getting kind of a little off topic here, I'm going to go through 6 points, that being one of what I've already mentioned, one that as to why most training plans fail good people. So one of the biggest things is people try to change too many things at once. So I find this is a huge problem. I wanted to start out kind of hard on this. Most people, I just had a client come and go within a few weeks, and he was asking me everything. What running shoes should I have? And he by the way, wanted to get better running. What running shoes should I have? You know, which foam roller should I get? I mean, he had done 2 sessions with me, and it was like everything had gone well. He was very excited. He's like, hey, thanks so much. Send me texts after. And then he's like sitting here thinking like, well, you know, how much should I run? I'm like, I'd literally have already written him his first month. I've explained to him in very grave detail how slow we're going to go, given he had no experience and he wanted to run a half marathon. And I'm like, hey, just so you know, on the initial call, like you're not going to be there for several months. Like I'm going to need you to do a 5K, probably a 10K. I went through the step by steps and I'm like, there's no exact timeline. Depends on how much you get done. So he's like sitting here going back and forth. 3 weeks in, he starts not running as much. He was asking me for more runs. He's asking me for all this stuff. And then all of a sudden, out of nowhere, he has a family emergency. That might be true. I don't mean this to be rude in any way, but he wanted to get out of the program because he had tried to do too many things at once. I guarantee you, he's a tech guy. I guarantee he's starting to use AI and he's just doing it on his own. So one of my next points will come into that play in a minute, but most people fail when they try to do too many things at once. They're trying to change their nutrition, their fitness. They want their running form to be good. They want their form in the gym to be good. They get the new shoes. They all of a sudden like change their entire schedule without talking to their partner, spouse, family, people close to them, roommates. They don't ask for anybody's permission. They just get excited because the internet told them, or it's New Year's Eve and somebody said they're going to go do blah, blah, blah marathon, or they're going to start doing this three days a week. And people just kind of like drink through a fire hose and then immediately fall off. Or somewhere down even a few months might go by, they might even lose the weight they wanted. They might be getting faster, which to some degree, if you're running more, you're going to get faster naturally. And then they just tank because they haven't created the habits around what they need to. They haven't become the person they need to be. They're just basically trying to do something. Sorry, it's a little off. They're just basically trying to drink through a fire hose. Sorry if this is a little lopsided. And it backfires every time. This is kind of insinuated, but the point too is the plan does not fit their life. So they haven't really looked into it much. They've just kind of started forcing things and it doesn't actually make sense. So certain training plans, especially ones that you're just going to download, is not going to actually keep you accountable when ups and downs come into your life. Training plans, as much as I sell training plans, I sell my coaching more. And a lot of my plans are designed for these ups and downs, but people will look at them often and go, hey, I want more. And it's like, it's been 2 weeks. I get this literally all the time. People want more, and then they fall off. And so not only do they do things too fast, but it doesn't actually fit their schedule. It doesn't fit what their responsibilities are in life. This is an extremely important detail. As you move forward in your life, it is extremely important to understand that what even just a nutrition program, you need to understand how much prep time it's going to take. You understand if you need to order stuff in more than what you're being suggested at the beginning. It's so much more important than you think. Point 3, I've already referenced it, but you don't have accountability. So plans aren't accountable. Sorry, you can throw it into AI all you want. AI is not going to alert you, and I'm sure we'll get there someday, blah, blah, blah. Somebody might be like, oh, try blah, blah, blah. I don't give a shit. At the end of the day, it doesn't hold you accountable emotionally, mentally, and all that kind of stuff to the same degree. People need people. And this isn't an anti-AI video, by the way. But you'll see the thumbnail on this is made from Canva AI, so it's not about it being all bad. However, in almost every case, the long-term successes come from having an accountability piece at different chunks in the very beginning for a while until the person learned what they needed to do and they became accountable to themselves. And even then, like, I've been working out and running on my own, writing my own programs for the majority of my life, but I'm not always doing the best that I can because I'm not being held accountable by somebody else. I've been doing this for 15 years. I've been running for 25 years. It doesn't matter at some points because you're a normal person with emotions and ups and downs, and you don't always know what decision to make, too, when times get tough. All right, 3 more points. Point number 4. A lot of people expect motivation to carry them. So this piggybacks off of accountability. You can't just rely on motivation, especially when it's not a part of who you are yet. You want to aim at not just the goal weight loss, the running time. You want to try to become a certain person that would allow those goals to happen. And to become that, you need to actually create a habitual environment and lifestyle to where that's going to happen. Plain and simple. Point number 5, self-judgment, or even the judgments of others, but self-judgment too quickly. And this sometimes comes from comparison to other programs, comparisons to other people, especially in performances, like run performance, how many miles somebody's doing, or where people go to the gym, what programs they follow. Oh, hey, my running program that I downloaded has me running 20 miles a week. And then all of a sudden somebody just ditches what they've already had because they're like, well, I need to be running 20 miles a week. I'm only at 15. It's like, we started running 2 months ago. Like, give it a minute. Like, you gotta allow training programs to actually progress in the way that scientifically it's designed to do in most cases. Not to say that all programs out there are designed scientifically properly, but if you don't give it a shot, you're never going to know. And finally, point number 6 is you chase perfection instead of a sustainable growth. All insinuated in the points I've already made, but a lot of times people are looking for the perfect program, the perfect amount of time. I want to lose 30 pounds in 30 days. Very unlikely, by the way, in most cases. Even 90 days, even 6 months, 30 pounds is a lot. But it's very possible in that time frame, by the way, for a lot of people. But there's many different variables. If you go back to the fitting it into your life, if you have not assessed that and you don't have people holding you accountable, I'm sorry, you have a lot of leaks in your boat and you're not going to get to the next island. I promise you. You're not going to get to land, let's say. But I just always remember that the goal isn't perfect workouts. It's not a perfect program. It's not even perfect execution all the time. You need to execute imperfectly in many areas of your program. You don't need every rep to be perfect form. It's just ridiculous. But I understand why people want to have good form. You don't want to get hurt and yada, yada. But a lot of times people aim at perfection over just sustainable growth. Take one step over trying to make 2 or 3 huge ones all at the same time. Take one step forward and just layer it. Even if you're time bound, have patience. Just take it one day at a time. Find somebody, group to hold you accountable. Excuse me. Maybe it's your spouse, maybe it's a partner, roommate, what have you. Here and there, have somebody check in with you. And then just put the shoes on, lift the weights up, and just go. So I hope you like this video. If you haven't been following me, please subscribe, follow along. I'm going to be posting daily, shorts, and long form. Thank you for watching. Have a good day.